The economy is heading for a brutal year. Layoffs are up, savings are down, and the old ways of making money are drying up. But in every crisis, there is staggering opportunity. Today, we're revealing 7 unconventional industries, overlooked by most, that are quietly positioned to make a fortune in the challenging years ahead. While everyone is distracted by AI and tech stocks, the real money in the next 3 years will be made in industries that serve fundamental human needs: loneliness, laziness, and even our love for pets. This isn't speculation. It's about understanding where the world is heading. Stay with me to find out why. The economy is going to be even more brutal next year. Only these 7 industries will thrive and make serious money. It's hard out there. Truly very hard. It's difficult now, and all signs point to it becoming even harder in the future. The entrepreneur Jack Ma wasn't lying when he predicted that the coming economic environment will be harsher than anything we've seen in recent years. This isn't about spreading fear. It's about facing reality. The truth is that many traditional industries are still focused on stimulating consumption at a time when large enterprises are continuing to cut staff. In just a few more months, many people will gradually run out of their savings. And with more and more companies aggressively applying AI technology, it will surely lead to a new wave of job losses. Economic recovery takes time, but everything in life has 2 sides. In every danger, there is always opportunity. So, in the next 3 years, which industries will make money the fastest? We all know that fields like new energy, 5G, artificial intelligence, and the chip industry are very promising. However, it's incredibly difficult for ordinary people to participate in these sectors because the capital and technical requirements are extremely high. Therefore, instead of looking at these hard-to-reach industries, we should focus on more feasible fields that still hold immense potential. In the next few years, the industries that help ordinary people make money will certainly revolve around the 7 types of businesses I'm about to share. I will introduce some low-cost, practical examples so you can start thinking about how to apply these concepts to your own area of interest. Let's begin with the surprisingly profitable and psychologically brilliant industry: the blind box business. Wealth Topmax warmly welcomes you. This channel is dedicated to sharing wealth-building mindsets for those seeking financial and time freedom. If you don't want to miss out on future valuable insights, consider subscribing for free and turning on the notification bell. Imagine a company that prints money as fast as it makes it, achieving a market value in the billions just from selling simple toys. That company is PopMart. But instead of calling it a toy company, it should more accurately be called a gambling company. They don't just sell toys, they sell the thrill of the unknown through blind boxes, small sealed boxes containing random collectible toys. The company has stores all over the world, and every time they launch a new product line, they display enticing images of all the toys in the collection, capturing customers' attention. But just like a scratch-off lottery ticket, the buyer has no idea what they will actually get. They can only draw randomly. To amplify the excitement, they strategically add rare and ultra-rare hidden versions to each collection, creating an intense sense of hitting the jackpot for those lucky enough to find one. The scarcity principle, famously detailed by psychologist Robert Cialdini, shows us that the rarer a product is, the more sought after and valuable it becomes. It's a truly admirable business model. The world doesn't lack top-notch products, but it often lacks top-notch marketing gimmicks that tap directly into human psychology. So, have you thought of a way to apply the blind box idea to your own field yet? An 18-year-old young man who never dared to dream big decided to just try experimenting by applying this model to his family's restaurant business. The result? He opened 140 noodle shops and knocked out the surrounding competitors with just one simple, ingenious trick. His method is extremely easy to apply. He prepared a series of unique noodle bowls, each with a different prize message printed on the bottom, only visible after the customer finished their meal. Some bowls had $1 off your next meal printed on them. Who doesn't like a discount? Some bowls offered a free side of fries to get customers to come back next time. Other bowls had 3 $2 discount coupons printed on them to encourage a third visit. But his masterstroke was this. Some bowls had the message, pay $5 to become a member and get 30 free drinks. Each time they ate, they would get 1 free drink, a strategy aimed at making customers return at least 30 times. This method also encouraged them to order more dishes and bring friends, dramatically increasing the average order value. Hearing this, many people might think he was losing money, but he was not. This was a masterful move. He took advantage of people's innate psychological desire to get a good deal to create a huge, continuous flow of customers to his shop. This is a perfect example of how, sometimes just by applying a gameplay mechanic from a completely different field, we can create a powerful and irresistible attraction in our own industry. Next up, an industry fueled by love and companionship, the pet industry. The co-founder of the massive pet brand, Kid King, famously left his family home to start his pet-focused business. The global giant Nestle doesn't just sell baby formula, it earns billions of dollars per year from dog and cat food. There's a major demographic shift happening. Nowadays, many young people are delaying marriage and children and are instead choosing to have a dog or a cat as their primary companion. As a result, spending on pets is increasing daily. The pet market is growing at a blistering pace, and in the next 3 to 5 years, it may explode even more strongly. Making money from pets has a big advantage for small-scale entrepreneurs. While there are big players in pet food, many service-based sectors of this market are highly localized. This means no giant corporation can enter and compete with you on price, because this type of business is often limited by geographical factors. Ordinary people can enter the pet industry from the following aspects with relatively low costs. First, making gourmet pet treats and cakes. The main consumers are millennials and Gen Z. They treat their pets like cherished family members. A simple bag of dry food is no longer enough to express their love for their pets. When their dogs and cats have birthdays, they will prepare separate, elaborate birthday cupcakes. Not the traditional cakes made from sugar and oil, but healthy cakes made from vegetables and fresh meat. On holidays, they might even make custom, pet-safe, baked goods and snacks. All these items are made fresh, contain no preservatives, and have a short shelf life, justifying a premium price. Second, preserving memories for pets. Many professional photographers have pivoted to offering specialized pet photography services. On average, they might shoot about 10 sets of photos per day, with each session costing from $150 to $300. In addition, they can also offer pet portrait painting services, often collaborating with amateur artists to share profits. Third, professional pet care. With demanding work schedules, many young professionals no longer have the time to adequately care for their pets during the day. This has given birth to the profession of dog walking and pet sitting. These individuals go to clients' homes to walk the dogs, feed them, and provide companionship. This is a necessary daily service with a very high level of customer engagement and loyalty. This industry is incredibly hot right now. Many service providers work from morning to night without finishing their tasks. Our third industry is born from a modern social trend, the loneliness industry. With the current trends of high work pressure and a fast-paced lifestyle, many young people are choosing to live single, holding the view that it's better to be proudly lonely than to reluctantly endure a bad relationship. This is creating a massive solo economy, and more businesses are entering this market. More notably, the number of divorces is also increasing, which further contributes to the expansion of demand and the development of industries related to personal life and pets. We're talking about economies related to one person eating, one person living, and living alone. For example, products like single-serving hot pots and efficiently designed studio apartments have become increasingly popular, showing the immense potential of this market. The scale of the solo economy will certainly continue to expand. Although the income of single people is not necessarily higher than that of married people, their discretionary spending power is often astonishing. They tend to pay great attention to their quality of life and are generally less inclined to save. When they see new and interesting things, they are willing to spend money to try them. In contrast, married people often have more financial burdens, such as mortgage and car payments or education costs for their children, so they tend to prioritize saving. A recent survey showed that single people in the U.S. spend thousands of dollars more per year on discretionary items than their married counterparts. Here is a very noteworthy example of a company tapping into this market. A clever company in Japan put rice into mineral water bottles and sold them for the equivalent of $5 per bottle, 10 times the price of its competitor. Why was it so successful? Because young people living alone sometimes only cook for one, and a large bag of rice can sit for a long time before it's used up. They find this inconvenient and wasteful. Instead, they prefer simple, convenient products, even if they are a bit more expensive. To meet this need, the company innovated the traditional packaging, putting single servings of rice into drinking water bottles. As a result, sales soared, and it became a popular product locally, especially among young people. The product brilliantly targets single people and young couples who cook infrequently and might not know how to measure the water-to-rice ratio. With this bottle of rice, they just need to pour 1 bottle of rice and 2 bottles of water into the pot, a perfect ratio every time. This is a masterclass in solving a small but persistent inconvenience. If you can't compete directly with the big players in a crowded market, find a new direction and serve a niche audience. Do you think products like salt, cooking oil, or other kitchen ingredients could be adapted in a similar convenient way for the solo consumer? Fourth, an industry that capitalizes on a fundamental human trait, the laziness industry. Laziness is human nature, and businesses that revolve around this powerful instinct almost always win big. We are all looking for ways to save time and reduce friction in our lives. This year, for example, tech products that assist with household cleaning, such as advanced robot vacuums and air purifiers, have seen revenue growth of up to 650%. These products save time, provide a healthier lifestyle, and of course have the potential to rake in money. Let's look at this case study. The problem of what to eat for lunch today, a timelessly difficult question for office workers, has been solved by one entrepreneur. This person only sells one preset dish a day but can sell up to 130,000 servings. He only serves lunch to office workers and even proudly declares, "I cook, you eat. No decisions needed." From Monday to Friday, the dish is never repeated. From hamburgers and spaghetti to grilled chicken, everything is available. Focusing on just one dish per day improves cooking efficiency, and at the same time, buying ingredients in bulk from suppliers makes it easy to push the price down. As a result, the cost is reduced, and the selling price is also lower. A boxed lunch might only be $12, but he only sells through corporate subscriptions with a minimum requirement of 10 servings or more. This is a B2B model disguised as a B2C product. Relying on a word-of-mouth strategy and incredible convenience, he can sell 130,000 servings with just this simple model. Can this for-the-lazy approach be applied where you live? Fifth, an industry with a rapidly growing and wealthy customer base, the elderly industry. When it comes to the silver economy, People often think of opening a traditional nursing home. In reality, the elderly are often very hesitant about nursing homes. So, what do older adults truly lack? They often lack a sense of daily purpose and existence. They need social interaction. They are afraid of loneliness, and they crave cultural and intellectual fulfillment. When we were young, we studied to get good grades. As adults, we take all sorts of classes to earn money for our career development. But when we reach 60, we study for no other purpose than to enrich our own lives. The elderly love to study art, painting, and music. Classes for older adults are often so full there's no room to register. Look at the following example. In Japan, there is a unique and wildly successful gym called Curves. This gym does not accept male customers. It only serves women, and specifically middle-aged and older women. Currently, this system has opened over 1,700 branches, becoming the largest women's gym chain in the world. But instead of just being a gym, Curves is also a social space for women. The courses and exercise equipment are specifically designed to fit the female body. They also arrange the equipment in a circle, both for exercise and to create opportunities for women to chat and make friends. But the core of Curves' business model is not about making money from gym memberships. It's about building a super close, sisterly community. Thanks to this strong emotional connection, the customer dropout rate is only about 3%. Every time a new product or service is launched, it is enthusiastically received by the members. Their motto is, first build a community, then develop a loyal customer base. Talk about feelings first, then talk about money. Sixth, an industry often overlooked, but essential to life, the funeral industry. In our world, 2 people die every single second. In the time it took you to read this sentence, 8 people have passed away. This is a certainty of life. Although the profession of being a mortician or encoffiner is highly profitable, many people cannot accept it because it is often stigmatized. However, there is a new emerging industry within this field that is experiencing rapid growth: funeral services for pets. In stark contrast to being looked down upon, this service is widely understood and accepted by many people. This is an industry that quietly makes money and is also a nearly empty market in many areas. As people's living standards improve, the need for spiritual satisfaction becomes as important as material needs. Cats, dogs, and many other small, adorable animals have gradually become a part of our families, not just as pets, but as humans' cherished spiritual companions. However, the lifespan of pets is often much shorter than that of humans. Many owners no longer want to use traditional burial methods, but are starting to choose cremation so they can bring their pets' ashes home. At the same time, they also wish to organize a solemn funeral to express their remembrance and grief. Some people are willing to spend thousands of dollars to organize a beautiful funeral for their beloved companion. The pet funeral service includes cleaning the body, organizing a farewell ceremony, cremation, and even designing commemorative items. Opening a pet funeral home has a surprisingly simple investment and operating model. You just need to rent a small piece of land in the suburbs, own a small truck and a small incinerator, and you can meet the demand. Finally, our 7th industry, which is about empowering others. Cooperative training for selling snacks. One thing that is easy to notice is that young people today tend to prefer starting their own businesses or working for themselves rather than being an employee for a boss. Therefore, small startup projects can be big opportunities. The secret to making money is that when everyone rushes to a gold mine to dig for gold, you should be the one selling shovels and water to them. That is often the key to getting rich. A young man born in the 90s earned $50,000 in just over a year, starting from scratch. His job is to train people in the technique of making popular street food snacks. But the interesting thing is, he has absolutely no idea how to cook. His method is very simple and anyone can apply it. One day, he discovered that there were many social media accounts specializing in making videos about street food snacks with a fairly large number of followers. He realized that most of the people who owned these accounts were in the business of training others. So, he decided to try his hand at this field. He started making videos and imitating the style of popular accounts. After attracting a certain number of followers, he gathered all his courage to approach successful snack stall owners and propose a partnership. His plan was simple. He would be in charge of recruiting students online, while the stall owner would provide the direct, on-site training. After receiving the money, the two sides would split the profits 50-50. Although this was money earned through hard work, he still felt satisfied because it was worth the effort he put in. Doing business doesn't necessarily mean you have to know everything. You just need to find a suitable niche to leverage your unique strengths. So there you have it. 7 unconventional yet powerful industries poised for significant growth, especially in a challenging economy. To recap, we've explored the gamified psychology of the blind box business, the heart-driven pet industry, the rapidly expanding loneliness and laziness economies, the often misunderstood elderly and funeral industries, and finally, the clever empowerment model of cooperative training. The core lesson is this. While the mainstream economy may struggle, immense opportunities can be found in niche markets that serve fundamental and often overlooked human needs and desires. The key is to look where others aren't looking and to apply creative business models to solve real-world problems. Your path to financial freedom might not be in a high-tech startup, but in one of these grounded, human-centric fields. Thank you for joining us here at Wealth Topmax. We hope this has given you a valuable new perspective on where to find opportunity. Don't forget to subscribe for notifications, and we will see you in the next video.